Yo, what's good, Guru Nation? How's it going, everybody? I'm your host, Spencer the Guru, bringing y'all a brand new Guru Nation podcast. This one will be discussing the wide receiver position. Y'all going to be breaking down the wide receivers. Got my top 48 wide receivers ranked for PPR leagues. Really excited to debate the ranks with y'all. Got a few special guests going to join us. We had a stacked panel last 2 weeks ago debating running backs. Last week I was on vacation exploring the Northeast region. That was a lot of fun. But we're back to reality now, back to this grind, this fantasy football grind, trying to get ready for September. It's only 2 months away, y'all. It'll be here before we know it. So we're going to go over our early receiver rankings right now. And we already got some homies up in here. What up, Emil? Shout out Emil and everybody else watching. Appreciate y'all. As always, we had our Mock Draft Monday a couple nights ago, so make sure to tune in every Monday for Mock Draft Monday. But yeah, this will be continuing our ranking series. I ranked the receivers a few weeks back and got them pulled up here, ready to get into this discussion here as far as who are the top 48 receivers. Last week, 2 weeks ago, we learned a lot. Got some other perspectives. You know, I value my rankings a lot, but it's also good to get perspective from fellow fantasy football experts. So appreciate everyone that is on the panel and everyone that is watching. And yeah, we're just going to give y'all the info straight to the point. And yeah, we're ready to get this thing rolling. Shout out to everybody. Kiddo, what up, bro? Because yeah, the receiver position is stacked this year as usual, but trying to rank them, it's challenging, honestly. It's a challenge to know which receivers to take above the others because, I mean, yeah, you got your elite guys like Jets, Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra, Tyreek Hill, CeeDee Lamb. But outside of them, I mean, it gets like, I mean, you got a lot of talent, but as far as determining which ones are going to be the ones that really pop off, that's going to be where the debate comes in because there's a lot of people high on some and not high on others that are all ranked in that, I'd say, like 12 to 30 range. That's an interesting spot as far as receivers because it's tempting to take a bunch of those, but then you risk passing up on some running backs. We're going to get into all that here. What up, Lee? Appreciate you tuning in, bro. So let's introduce our panel here, y'all. We've got our three fire analysts. We'll start it off by introducing the fella main, repping the Heart to Start podcast. Always bring in the real fantasy isms, y'all. Heart to Start, JD. What's happening, man?
Guru Nation, what's going on, man? Spence, what's going on, man? Appreciate you for letting me come on and talk my fantasy isms, man. 100%, man. Shout out to all the Guru Nation representatives. 100%. Emil, Kith, Lee, what's going on? Them is my dogs right there. Some of my league mates, man. We going to war here in a few, man. So yeah, let's talk about it, man. Let's get the people tuned up for redraft season, man. 100%. Dynasty out the window right now. 100%, bro. It's time for home leagues for us to be talking isms and swallowing spit with our homies at work, our homies that we grew up with, all types of stuff. Bones a lot. What's up, big bro? On everything, man. It's going down, man. Let's talk about it, bro. I'm excited. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Let me shut up, man. Oh my
Sir Boggs know what's up on my mama.
Thanks. Let me shut up, bro.
Oh, you good, brother. Yeah, this is that time, man, because I feel like this is that perfect time of feeling like, all right, we're still a little bit far, but we're close now. We're getting pretty damn close, being that it's July, and we're getting a lot of good data, and we've studied the stats a lot now to where I think we've got a pretty good grasp on who's going where in drafts. Like the ADP data's gotten pretty set. But as far as ranking them, man, it's tough because every day I try to tweak the rankings a little bit. And I'm like, man, I could see changing this, that, and the other, always looking to try to tweak the ranks. But let's get into it here, y'all. We'll start off with 1 through 12. Our other two guests, Miles Peacock and Bogart Scott Free, will be on in just a minute. We'll kick it off here with just myself and JD to go over these rankings here. 1 through 12. I got CeeDee Lamb at 1. CD was last year's number 1 receiver. I see him repeating that, then followed by Tyreek Hill is also right up there. 1, 2. I mean, you can't you can't miss with those two. I mean, those are some dogs right there. Then Amon-Ra St. Brown, I'm a little higher on him than the consensus. Most consensus lists have him 5th, but I see Amon-Ra doing even better this year, growing with Goff and that Lions offense that's still got Ben Johnson as the offensive coordinator. So feel really good about Amon-Ra. Then got Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. Can't go wrong with either of them. Got Jefferson a little lower, though, because of the quarterback situation there in Minnesota. No more Kirk Cousins. Then got A.J. Brown and Puka Nacua. They're very close. Give A.J. the slight edge with, Cooper Kupp's going to be back this year. So Puka should still do really well, but don't have him quite as high as some. Then got Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson. I don't see Devontae going anywhere. And then G-Dub with Rodgers should do his thing. And then Marv Jr., y'all, Marvin Harrison. I got him as a top 10 receiver. I see him really eating this year. Yeah, bro. I mean, Kyler Murray. We all know Kyler Murray can support fantasy relevant receivers. So I see Marv having a huge rookie year. And then my boy Chris Olave at 11. I see him doing enough to sneak a WR1 finish with the new look Saints offense led by Clint Kubiak. And then 12, Nico Collins, y'all. I know Diggs is there, but I see Nico going off once again. And then shout out to Albert, man.
Yes, sir. Right off the rip, if CD holds out during training camp, does that scare you?
No, I still think CD's going to go off regardless. Like, I think he's going to play. And if he doesn't get his bag, he's going to be even more motivated. If he gets his bag, I think he's fine regardless. If he gets his bag, he'll ball out. He'll be comfortable. He'll be ready to roll, because he's the sole focal point of that offense. I mean, they don't have any running backs over there, and their other receivers are nothing special. So I think CD might catch like 130 balls this year, like on everything.
Yeah. That's where he was at last year on 181 targets. So, he floating around 200 targets, 19 away from
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I may be undershooting him a little bit. Yeah, how many did he catch last year? I'm going to check myself. Yeah, 135. Yeah, I think this year he might catch 140 something, maybe even 150. I think my dog Mike Thomas had the record with my Saints. The record one, a 149 was the record. Shit,
I thought it was 147. Yep.
Yeah, CD might break that shit, bro. He might get 150.
I mean, the volume is there. I don't see none of the acquisitions, or were they? I mean, when Jerry said they were all in, we thinking that they were going to be all in. Come free agency, come to draft, come trades. And for him to have 181 targets on 135 receptions, and what they done or what they haven't done in the offseason, where do we see the drop off at? There is none.
Yeah, that's why I think he's the clear-cut WR1. Speaking of drop-offs, Tyreek Hill, some people are thinking Tyreek Hill might drop off some. He slipped all the way to 7 on Mock Draft Monday. I couldn't believe that. I don't really see much drop-off coming. I think Tyreek Hill's still that dude. But what are your thoughts, JD? Do you see a little drop-off coming for the freak?
No, not at all, because, what has changed over there, and then for him to continue what he did over there, and I don't know exactly how many games that Jalen Waddle was out, but the year before that when Tyreek went stupid crazy and he had Jalen Waddle there, for him to go ahead and continue what he has done the last 2 years, for Waddle to be there the whole 15, 16 games, and then for him last year to miss games and Tyreek still be the focal point and end up with 1,799 yards. Oh yeah, no. Where is the drop off at? If there was a drop off, you would think it would be in quarterback play. So they're coming back with the same quarterback, the same offensive coordinator who happens to be their coach. The offense is probably getting a little bit better now because hopefully you got A-Chain to play more games. We talked about Jalen. I forgot
Jalen Waddle. Yep.
No, the running back that they drafted.
Jalen Wright. Yeah, Jalen Wright.
Jalen Wright to go ahead and strengthen the backfield 100%, even though OBJ ain't what OBJ is, but you bring him in to play that third down role that you had Braxton Berrios to play last year, so you might get a little bit better in that, but they also drafted another wide receiver. So my point is the offense is definitely going to be explosive. The only place that they lost players at was on the defense. So for all those players that they had fantasy relevant last year, I don't see none of the offensive players in this Miami offense to drop off. So I don't see why Tyreek fell to the 7th pick, but that's a hell of a value pick in the first round. 100%.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, because I think Chase, Jefferson, and maybe even Amon-Ra went above him. Actually, no, I think it was Bijan, I think the first 6, it was CD, Jettis, Chase, McCaffrey, Bijan, and then I guess Amon-Ra. Maybe Hill went 6. I think
Yeah.
Hill went above Amon-Ra. I think it was Hill then Amon-Ra, actually.
So I understand that. And so as we get to floating around, because that was before the calendar turned July. So that was at the end of June. So to me, I think as we get closer to August and September, a Bijan and a Brees might sneak up into the top 4. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Brees. That's who it was. That's why, yeah, Tyreek did go 7 because of Brees.
Yeah, 100%. So as we all get to please forgive my language. I'm trying not to, you know what I mean? We already talked.
Yeah, all good, bro.
But as mock drafts come in and the days go along, as we start getting closer to our home league drafts and all that, I think that some of these running backs are going to get pushed up, maybe over a Chase, like how you said about Jettis in the quarterback situation. But see, Chase is definitely going over Jettis because of the quarterback situation for sure, bro. But I think that some of these running backs are definitely going to sneak up into the top 5, and we're going to get a little bit more value on these wide receivers that you have listed, from 5 on down. Pause to be able to get a little bit more value at the back end of the first round on some of these wide receivers, because I only see 3 running backs in the first round. I don't think Jameer's a first round running back unless you get him in the 12.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I took Jameer in that mock. I took him 10th.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a back end first round pick.
100%. Right. Yeah. No, none of them are going cause he has Saquon. I mean, I like Saquon, but it's like in that offense, is he going to get the volume that he did with the Giants? We're not sure. And then with Jalen Hurts there taking goal line work, at JT, it's like, can he stay healthy? He's been hurt a lot the past 2 years. So yeah, I see your point. Yeah, it's those big 3 running backs, bro. CMC, Brees, and Bijan. So
yep. 100%.
Yep. Oh shoot, here we go. Let's get him on, y'all. The founder of the GWN, which is going to be launching very soon. He's one of the most lit, and Peacock. Oh, here we go. Let's get it rolling here. We'll first introduce our resident Texan. He's a graphic design beast as well as a fantasy football beast, y'all. Let's get him up in here. Miles Peacock.
Hey, what's up, gentlemen? Sorry, I had to unload the groceries while my wife just dropped them off and then was like, I'll be back. I'm going to Target now, so I'll see her in another 2 hours.
Appreciate you multitasking, big bro. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, what's that shirt you got there?
Oh, yeah. I'm wearing the Can You Digs It. Let's see if you can see
Diggs.
that.
Diggs with the Texans. Hell yeah. Ooh,
so, yeah, fire. Unreleased. He has not really put out much. This is Photoshop that I did. And
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, so that there's no official photos that were released at the time of when I made these shirts. So I had to Photoshop. It took a lot of time and effort to change the jersey into a Texans New Jersey and then put that. The number 1 was hard. That's why it's all crooked. I had to kind of hide it, make it look like it was wrinkled. Anyway.
Yeah. Can you digs it?
Can you digs it? Yeah. Last time I was on here, I was wearing the Tank Dell shirt, so I had to change it up and wear the digs one this time.
Nice.
So yeah, there's a sale going on my website right now. It's a $14 tees up until the 8th of this month. And if you use special code SPARK12 at checkout, you can get the shirts for $12.
Hell yeah, bro. Glad you let the people know. Yeah. Neon Peacock, that threadless still, right?
Yeah. Or the short version, neonpeacockmerch.com.
Oh, awesome. All right. neonpeacockmerch.com. Y'all go check that out for show. And make sure to shout it out at the end of the show. But let's bring Bogey on, y'all. Y'all already know him, man. He's one of the most lit in the game, man. He's just I already know Bogey, man. It's just the earth is his turf. He's just that dude, man. Let's get him on here, y'all. Bogart Scott free.
There he is. Oh. There he isn't.
Bogey in the Matrix. We'll redo it. Yeah, because man, I need to give my dog a better intro. I need to come on. So we'll have Bogey on in just a minute. So I
do have some Bogart in the Matrix T-shirts on my website as well.
That's fitting. Well, let's get into these. I think he might be
Actually, somebody bought one of those just like 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. They're like, you need to put a Bogart shirt on there. And somebody else was like, he has one. And he's like, oh, yeah. And he bought it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Live TV people, y'all. My apologies. We're gonna get this figured out here. Let's. So Nico, bro, what are your thoughts on Nico in the top 12? Peacock, you think that's fair? I got Diggs at 20.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. That's awesome. In my opinion, that flows with, tracks consistently with what I believe. I was, if you guys know, I was on the Nico Collins hype train a little bit before his breakout, telling people, don't forget about him. CJ Stroud's there. He should be, prime good, good player, 6'4", big dude. A great production in college out of Michigan. Is just, the difference was going from Davis Mills to someone like CJ Stroud, who's a competent. Ball thrower and can, throw guys open, put it on him. And then he's a great yak dude. So I love the ranking here for him, just cracking the wide receiver 1 territory. That he did get that contract extension. And then he can go all over the field. I do believe that he is the Texans wide receiver 1. So I do like the ranking. I think that Diggs is being a little overdrafted, overvalued where he's going. It's a little too rich for my blood, given his age, moving to a new team. I know Stroud's super hyped up and all that stuff right now, but I'm staying away from Diggs in most places where he's being drafted. I'm usually waiting to take the third Texans wide receiver at value because that's usually the only one you get typically. But I do like the finish here at number 12 for Nico. I think that he can definitely crack that territory going into his second year with CJ Stroud. And let's not forget that Nico missed almost full 2 games with a calf injury last year as well. And then he was missing Stroud for another 2 games when Stroud was out with concussion. So, his numbers dipped a little bit. I know the addition of Diggs is going to probably take away from that a little bit, but I think it also opens it up. If you look last year, they used Nico, with a lot of big explosive plays. First play against the Colts in the season finale or semi-playoff game, he took it 75 yards to the house. So he's one of those guys who he can get open on all levels of the field. You can throw him a slant that he can break several tackles and house. He shows really good, like I said, for his size, great speed and tackle breaking ability. So I love him finishing as the Texans wide receiver 1 this upcoming season.
Well, that makes me feel a lot better about these rankings. Yeah, let's have Diggs over Nico, but you're the resident Texans guy, so I'll take your word for that.
I agree with it. Like I said, it's the chemistry there. I know that. And that's why I like Tank Dell so much and him at value, because he's usually the last receiver off. I know he's coming off of an injury, but that happened midway through the season, so he's fully recovered. He looks really, really good. The connection that he has with CJ Stroud right out of the gate, they basically know where, they're like best friends. They're drafted together. They have that Cooper Kupp, Matt Stafford effect going on, where they have breakfast together, they hang out and all that stuff. So I like that connection as well. So to me, Diggs is kind of the odd man out. I know he's the savvy veteran, always hits 1,000 yards. I'm not too confident in him doing that this year. He might get close. And if we do get a squeaky wheel scenario, he'll get fed, but I don't think it's going to be, I don't think he'll be the number 1 to finish over Nico. Nico's younger, more spry. He already has that connection with Stroud. So I just see them building on that and Diggs kind of being the guy who's having to play a little bit of catch up, I believe, even though he's the polished veteran.
Right on, bro. Pass it on to JD here. AJ Brown, Puka Nacua. I know you've been a Cooper Kupp fan, JD, as far as you feel like he's going at a value, and I agree with that. But Puka, bro. Puka's such a stud. I got AJ Brown slightly above him, though. What are your thoughts on those guys there? Those like mid-tier WR1s.
Do you mind if I double back on a couple things what Peacock said though?
Yeah. That's about
Nico, though. But Peacock said this one thing about them two going into their second year of chemistry, right? So my thing is with Nico, he had 109 targets on 80 receptions. It was highly efficient on 16.3 yards per target, per reception. So not only was it highly efficient, he getting the ball downfield 100%. And so even with a Diggs coming on this year, you bringing in a Mixon who's known for having PPR value, but for Nico to do what he did on so many few receptions and targets, and then on top of CJ Stroud not even throwing for 500 attempts, it was a 499 to be exact. With them invested into the offense, even though you bring in a few more weapons, Nico, he shows that he can do what he did on 109 targets and finish as a high-end wide receiver too. I want to say he finished as the 15th overall, or Pittman. I'm a little
Oh, he good. Yeah, I get your point. He did really well.
Nico was there. So for even Stephon Diggs and for Mixon to come in right now, bro, I don't think that Nico, his production drops off, and it shows that he can do a lot of damage on not 150 targets, 160 targets, kind of like what Ayuk did on something similar of the same production, 75 receptions, 1,300 yards. 8 TDs, same shit, 100%.
Yeah, hyper efficient yak guys, very similar. I like the comparison with Ayuk. I had them both in some redraft leagues last year, and I was, super confident with them on my roster. And I know that it kind of struck fear in my opponents sometimes, and they're like, "Oh shoot, man, Nico Collins and Ayuk I'm facing this week." So at any time those guys could, they get 7 targets, they catch 5 of those, they could still go for 100 and a touchdown. So they're those type of athletes that you like to have on your fantasy football team.
100%. And then the fucking jump out on the question that you said though, bro, about the 6 through 9 or the 6 through 10. Definitely you let off about how I feel about Cooper Kupp and Puka, but on this range of the draft, out of AJ Brown, Puka, Devontae, and Garrett, I'm going Garrett just based on the quarterback play was completely shitty. 168 targets. Nakua only had 10 more receptions than Garrett Wilson, 105 to 95. You know what I mean? So and Garrett doesn't have to worry about another top tier wide receiver on the opposite side of him, just like fucking Nakua, just like fucking AJ Brown, even though AJ Brown, he still balls out. But for my value right there, give me Garrett Wilson with the better quarterback play and the single-handed number one main guy over there in the receiving option out of all 4 of those. AJ
he gets more of the pie. I like that. Then we're assuming that Aaron Rodgers is going to be healthy and at least somewhat competent, or let's say he's 70% of whatever he was. That's still going to be way better than whatever kind of quarterback play the New York Jets were getting last season. So I do like that you highlighted that about Wilson. I haven't gotten a lot of shares of him in a lot of places, or really searched for it or sought him out, I guess. So in that area, that's somebody I'll probably be looking at a little closer, next time.
No, for
next
sure.
time around.
For redraft right now, because we don't know what's going to happen in Dynasty for him going forward after this year, because we know Aaron Rodgers, he's different, you know what I mean? But for redraft purposes right now, Garrett Wilson at that later part of the draft of 10 through 12 and going into the second round between Devontae Adams, Nakua, maybe AJ Brown, because of the running backs, they gonna get pushed back. To me, my favorite is definitely Garrett Wilson because of the shitty, excuse my language, part of the boo-boo quarterback play that we seen last year, on top of him finishing with the same type of numbers as Nakua in a better situation, 100%. So if we get a healthy Aaron Rodgers or a 70%, kind of like what Peacock said, yeah, definitely. 100%. I just
more catchable targets, for an athlete like Garrett Wilson to make plays. It's you should see an uptick in whatever his fantasy finish was last year. Obviously,
facts.
Here we go, y'all. I think he's ready, y'all. I think he's ready. Bursting out of the Matrix with the most gigantic force known to man, Bogart Scott-Free.
Yes.
Sound the Jamaican.
Hey, it's 111 over here, bro.
Oh shit!
The goddamn computer just won't, the Wi-Fi just won't fuck with me, so I'm on my phone now. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, all right. Too hot to handle.
I was backstage watching the show, and then you intro me, and I'm like, yeah, and it just all goes black. And I'm like, oh shit. And I was like thinking, I'm like, oh shit, because I'm like cussing up a storm. I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, oh wait a second. I'm like, maybe they see me, but I can't see them.
No, we didn't see anything. We didn't catch any of that. You're good. We didn't catch anything. You just went to the Matrix. But yeah, bro. Glad to have you, bro.
Hey, fella. What's good with you? Peacock, JD, it was handed. Guru.
Oh, now talk about it, right?
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just, we making it. You feel me?
Right. Yeah, shout out to all the leagues. Shout out to the GW and the Gen Wealth Net Dynasty, and then shout out to the Plug a Clock joint, the Homies League. Shout out to Plug and Clock.
Yeah,
with
shout
Gary
out to
Bornage,
the nice
bro.
guys finished last. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the nice guys finished last dynasty. Yep.
Big up. You know,
We're almost done there. We're almost done drafting there.
We're in the stretch here.
Hell yeah. So yeah, let's get into the rest of these early receiver ranks, y'all. And Chris Olave. What are y'all thoughts on Olave? Do you think he's a WR1 this year? And with Kubiak, I'll let Bogey kick this thing off. How you feeling about Olave this year?
I like him a good deal. But like whenever I view a player, I might like wait for someone of value that I feel like I would like better, like a Nico. But I think Olave, the case to be made for him is like he might be the only game in town, truly. I mean, it's a new regime with Clint Kubiak there, so we should expect that Niner-esque system, right? But even if it's not Niner-esque, it's just gonna be fantasy friendly as fuck, because anywhere Clint Kubiak is, he makes those guys into like hitters, bro. I'm talking about like the first year with Kevin O'Connell, was Kubiak over there. You know what I mean? And Kirk Cousins, everybody, they all went, yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jadis, bro. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Clint Kubiak with the Brock the last 2 years as the QB coach. You know what I mean? Maybe not the last 2 years, just the last year at least. You know what I mean? Where he had a 7% touchdown rate, which is fucking awesome, because he doubled that from the year before. I mean, not doubled it. He repeated it from the year before. And efficiency is arguably the hardest thing to replicate from year to year. You know, only guys like Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, even Joe Burrow in his young career, only those guys like that where they make super hay without the craziest pass attempts. You know what I mean? Well, JD, how many? What did Brock do? Like 460 last year?
Who?
Brock Purdy.
Actually, I'm about to make a Brock Purdy T-shirt. It's like in the works.
Brock.
I'm gonna take advantage. I'm finally gonna take advantage of these sales.
Yeah, he threw 444 passes, then did 31 tugs on 444.
That's it.
Come on, that's
wow, that's super efficient.
And 4280 through the air.
And it's 60.4% completion percentage.
Yep. So when you do the math of his pass attempts to his touchdown receptions, 7%. You look at the games he started the year prior, 7%. He replicated it. Only this time he played the entirety of the season. That's pretty awesome. So this is the type of stuff that Clint Kubiak is going to bring to the table, because let's be honest, Derek Carr, we like him for fantasy because he's sloppy and he's a gunslinger. But if we can get some efficiency to him,
no man, I fucking hate Derek Carr.
And one
I'm trying to make a case for
Derek Carr though is at the end of the last 4
games. He's working with Kubiak.
I love Olave. I love Olave. I just hate Derek Carr. How about that?
The last 4 games of the season, Carr went crazy, bro.
Yeah, he really did. He was starting to get comfortable with the Saints, and hopefully Kubiak's system will fit him well.
And Mike Thomas was, man, we don't need you no more, bro.
Yeah, he's out of there, bro.
Yeah, and then you got guys
appreciate you, bro.
That's why
guys like Rasheed Rice. What is his name? Rashid Shaheed?
Shaheed. Yeah.
He's
one of my guys this year, bro.
I drafted him in the nice guys.
It's crazy because he had the highest. He had one of the higher ADOTs last year. Right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's crazy.
You got to look at the route tree he ran. Pretty much exclusively the go route. They're gonna change that up this year. So I
drafted Shaheed in round 20.
Yeah,
that's
it's
good
gonna
value.
open it up for Olave too, because now you're gonna have an actual other threat. So you can't just try to shut down Olave. He's technically, on paper, it looks like he's the only game in town. But you also got Kamara. You know what I'm saying? And I will say, when it comes to this year, all the receivers across the league are going to play against more zone coverage. Like, this is just where it's going. So, and when it comes to Olave, kills zone. You know what I mean? He kills zone. You know what I mean?
Both of them, Olave and Rasheed.
And Shaheed.
He had 46 receptions on 75 targets, 719 yards on 15.6 yards per catch. He brings in return work too, bro. Rashid Shaheed, he's a nasty, and fucking Olave did damage just like how you let it off with Nico. He had the same type of shit. 89 receptions on 39 targets with 1,100 and some yards, 100%. So he doing damage on not getting over that 150 target threshold, 100%.
Yeah,
bro.
And I'm sure those targets are worse too. They're not like as great as CJ Stroud targets.
And
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
we might get 600 pass attempts out of Derek Carr. Like, I don't think he'll be as efficient as the Brock or anyone else under Kubiak. I think they're gonna have, because as a team, I think they're gonna know they need to run it up, and that's what Kubiak has been a part of everywhere he's at. So I think, and when it comes to the run game, Kamara's he's an extension of that. So they're gonna be throwing it to the running backs. They're gonna be like I think he can get up to close to 600 pass attempts, maybe 575-ish.
I think more like 500. I don't think he gets.
You don't
The
think he
Saints,
gets to 570? Didn't he
the
do
Saints-
550 last year?
the
I'll put him
Saints
at
don't really
550.
have enough
But didn't he do 550
weaponry.
last year? Didn't he
Let
do
me
550?
see what he threw.
He
I might
last
be wrong. I might be wrong.
548. He did
Yeah, 548. Yeah,
See?
yeah.
Perfect.
See what I'm saying? I think he can get up to. Listen, I'm
How
telling
many did Taysom Hill throw?
on it.
I'm just joking.
Targeted 25 to 8.
Yeah, no, let's look that up. Let's
He's
serious.
Hold on, I
We're
can
gonna
tell you.
add that to the
Yeah,
total.
probably like I'd say at least 10. I would think.
Nah, come
10
on.
to-
I think he got dubbed.
10 to 30. Hold on, let's see.
I think he got. Yeah, 10 to 30 sounds right.
Where do I look this
11. It was
up?
a lowly
Ah,
11.
come on. Well, we nailed it with 10 to 30, right?
The years before, though, 2020 through 121. 2021 he threw 134.
Whoa.
Damn, they were throwing more when they had Breeze in 2020.
wait, yeah, because
The
Breeze,
James-
that was
the
the year
James thing makes
Breeze's
sense.
arm was fucked up that year.
Yeah.
That was his last year. Yeah, and then Taysom, I think, had to fill in for him. He had to make a spot start that year.
Yeah.
But anyway,
let Taysom start more games. Anyway.
If Carr
Hey, you
throws as
grabbed
much
Taysom
as y'all are
too, man.
thinking, then I'm all in on Olave, bruh. Because the other name that's kind of interesting here to me is Devontae Adams, because his QB situation, not the best, but Ginsu Minshew, I mean, he could be pretty good, and O'Connell. Like, I still think Adams is a surefire WR1. What are y'all's thoughts, though? Do you think he still eats, or is the Raiders' offense fucked?
No, because they played with AOC and fucking Garoppolo last year, bro, and he still continued to do damage.
QB proof, man.
That's what, because of Kev's sake, QB proof. That's what he's been. He's done that in fucking Green Bay when Aaron Rodgers was out that one year with the fucking clavicle.
Yeah, that was the first year of Brett Hundley, and I think that was a career year.
And he
that was
ate,
a career year
man.
for him at the time.
Yeah.
That was. I think he finally went over a thou wow, or did he get close to
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like, I remember I had him in fantasy that year, and I was like, damn, that Devontae
2017.
Adams, bro, he's a dog, because it was like, even without Rodgers, he's still eating. Yeah, that was the year he had, I think,
the collarbone?
2017, he had it was either
900
16 or
something?
17. He had in 16, he had 75 for 997 and 12. Then the next year, 74, 885, and 10.
Okay, so yeah, that was definitely. Did we get a pick?
Yeah.
I think
Okay, cool. I was like, oh, shit.
Jason.
I'm off the gummies right now. Sometimes I be thinking I'm hearing shit. I'm like, yo, it's good to know you're not crazy, right? Like, y'all hear that? Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, Jace McClellan of the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, the running back.
Jace
Jace McClellan.
Yeah. He just got taken at Sven took him at 41.02.
Shut up.
Time Sven, I think it auto drafted him, didn't it?
No, I think he picked that one. But yeah, Sven's been taking a while.
I love it.
Hey,
Yeah.
He likes the dramatic pause for his picks.
Marvin Harris out of Nico and Olave at that back end has the biggest upside out of all three of them, just based on his situation, bro. 100%.
I'm with you.
He needs to pull a Puka.
But he's gonna get drafted higher than them guys though.
Yeah, I mean, I got him ranked above those guys. So to me, the real question is in drafts. I had this phase: is it Marv Jr. or Devontae?
Marv.
I'll probably go Marv
I'll go
personally.
Marv.
I go with
It's way more fun.
It is more fun.
But
I don't want to watch the Raiders.
Devontae's the value. Like,
Watch the Raiders.
Yeah, actually, I went with Marv over Devontae, even though I had Devontae ranked over him. I was like, screw it, I'm going with Marv just to see how it's funny because it's more fun. Devontae definitely safer.
We might be able to swing around and get Devontae after.
You could, right?
Nah.
Well, what if you're at the let's say if you're at the 12, you can take them both.
There you
Maybe.
go.
I mean,
Maybe.
if we need in a super flex, yes, a single QB, no way. But a super flex, I could see that. You could take Josh Allen with the 101 and then have Devontae and fucking Marv Jr. fall to you.
Bogart.
Yeah, in a redraft, quarterback, I'm going Devontae Adams, bro. I need the short thing, 100%.
I hear that.
Only thing that just stopped Devontae Adams from cracking a little bit, finishing a little bit higher, was not going over 5 TDs last year. The targets, the receptions, all that shit was there, bro. The yards, all that shit was there. He only had 4 TD.
Well, he had 8. He had 8 last year.
Devontae Adams?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said 103 for 1144 and 8 tugs.
Guys, I think Bogart wants to say something.
Pick me,
Bogart.
Bogart.
All right. Watch when we get to training camp and Marvin Harrison just catches eyeball. He might be in a single QB drafted in the 1-2 turnaround, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it. I could see
the
it.
Hype train. That's that hype train.
The hype train's about to come for Marv. The hype train's coming for Marv.
And then with Kyler coming off and being able to play 8 games last year and looking good as well. So Kyler coming in completely.
Is Trey McBride not tight end 2 or 3 because of what happened last year? Like people are.
He's being drafted pretty high.
Yeah, a lot of times he goes over Andrews. Usually he's tight end 3 behind Kelsey and Laporta.
I'm telling you, people are buying in, and they're probably not that far off because it should be a concentrated target market share between the two of them motherfuckers. Like, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah, Michael Wilson, he's nothing special, and then the running backs I'll throw to here and there. But yeah, I think but Marv and McBride will eat for sure. So,
the one thing I worry about Adams is like they're talking about putting making Trey Tucker the slot guy.
Yeah,
he's a burner. Like if you're gonna keep Devontae out wide, I remember Aaron Rodgers last year when they would have Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays, and then he was real disgruntled because he was hurt. And you could tell when he was doing like overlooking film with them, and he said, look at this. It was the game against the Raiders game against Green Bay that Monday night. And he said, why wouldn't they put Tay in the slot? Like he said, it takes till the fourth quarter, then they move him in the slot. And I felt like because after that comment was made, you started seeing the Raiders. It's almost like they, because obviously it was the blurb that went around, like Aaron Rodgers criticizing the way that Devontae has been used, and right. And then they started moving him around like you should. You're supposed to move him around, create mismatches, make when you move him around too, you see what the defense is doing. But my point is that if you're gonna get Trey Tucker in the slot and you add a Brock Bowers, it's 100% gonna take away from Devontae ultimately. So if we're not getting that 30% target market share, I'm going to need a bank on some type of efficiency here. Gardner Minshew, again, slices and dices, but he's definitely not efficient. He's the guy that needs to pepper his targets. Look at Michael Pittman last year.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Michael Pittman had all the targets. Shitty. You know what I mean? But so, Aiden O'Connell, I mean, 4 starts last year, 2 out of the 4. Devontae Adams was good. So we got like a coin flip if we're going to look at and compare it to last year. So I think Devontae's in a fair spot here.
For sure. And speaking of Michael Pittman, he kicks off the next set, 13 through 24. And, man, he with Richardson, man, he was dangerous. So I got him ranked a little above consensus. Drake London's the one everyone's going yay for. I mean, I think London's could end up a WR1, but I'm a little skeptical because, I mean, Kirk Cousins coming off the Achilles and just this is first year with this Falcons offense. I mean, he'll definitely have a career year, but I don't know if he's going to have the kind of year everyone's thinking. Like, as far as I've said this before, like I'm not comfortable taking him in the second round or even the third round makes me a little scared, but definitely not the second round. He went in the second round of our last mock on Monday, the second round, y'all. Drake London. If you want Drake London, you're going to have to pay a premium because y'all mentioned the hype train earlier, the Drake London hype train. It's took off and left the station. If you're not willing to hop on that thing now, you ain't getting on it because that thing is rolling.
I'm letting that motherfucker right past by brain. The two the 2.1 to 14, whatever it was, overall player in June ADP. Fuck no. He's never went over 75 receptions, never went over 1,000 yards. I don't care how shitty the quarterback play is, because we seen shitty quarterback play in New York in the Jets, and we seen what fucking Garrett
Wilson still hit for 1,000. Yeah.
And then where he's going,
we saw it with Michael Pittman too.
And then and where he's going at over Mike Evans, Brandon Ayuk, and Jalen Waddle. Even though Jalen Waddle missed some games last year, I'm definitely taking Mike Evans and Brandon Ayuk over Drake London for sure, bro.
So you just bypass them altogether.
Yeah, because lately he's been going above all those plus. He's been going above DJ Moore, Michael Pittman, and Nico Collins. I think ADP the consensus, he's now WR12 overall. He's a WR1.
No, you can't do that. Like I can't do that. I can't draft somebody.
Yeah, no. You're right, Peacock. They can't do that. Fuck them.
Yeah, that can't happen to you got to prove it to me first before I'm willing to spend a premium price on you. So that's somebody that's just not, it's not going to jive with me. But on that note, guys, I do got to dip and run an errand. If I am back in time, I'll jump back on. But otherwise, have a good show. I'll see you.
All right, yeah, appreciate you, Peacock.
And don't forget to hit up the website. That's right.
NeonPeacockMerch.com.
That's it. The sale is running, like I said, and you can hit what was the code that
Spark 12.
Spark 12. Thank you. Spark 12 for $12. Another $2.
I was backstage before I was thrusted into the matrix.
Yeah, so the shirts are already on sale, and you can knock off another $2 if you go put that code in at checkout. Yes, sir.
Before you leave, my claim to fame is that I was a part of the Nickname Hall of Fame series. I got a new series. I don't know what to call it, but I only have one idea so far, and these are the joints that have forever shelf life. So my first idea, Smokey the Bear, just smoking a joint, and the whole forest is on fire behind him.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
I would buy that shirt.
Only you can prevent wildfire.
No, it'll say something like,
only you. He's like, I couldn't do it.
Yes, that's on you, bruh. That's on you. I'm done, man. I'm chilling.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it. Yeah, so I'll put that one in the bank, man.
Neil's got a question. Can you ship to Canada?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Does, actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. You can try it out. Try it out, and if it doesn't, for some reason, I'll buy it. Then I'll ship it to you. You know what I mean, personally. So let me know.
Yeah, who was that? Canada Martin?
That was Emil.
Emil, man. What's up, Emil?
What's up, Emil? Yeah, for sure. If for some reason the website don't let you do it, you give me your information. I'll buy your shirt for you and then ship it to you.
Oh yeah. All right, Peacock, I'll let you roll, bro.
All right, guys. Have a good one. Only in America. All right, guys.
Peace out, bro.
Peace out.
Latest.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Peacock, man. Yeah, that was lit. So, but yeah, let's keep this show rolling. I talk about the train's rolling, man. The freaking Malik Neighbors, y'all. I mean, Malik Neighbors, I know the offense isn't as good as Marv, obviously, as evidenced by him not being ranked as high. But Malik Neighbors, man, I mean, you talk about someone that stock really went through the roof in his college production. I mean, he was putting up record numbers in college. I know the offense sucks, but shit, man, if I can get him as a WR2 or for sure a WR3, I'm more than comfortable taking Neighbors because, and also Dayball, he'll be calling the plays again in New York. Yeah. I think that's a good
We've seen him produce WR1s with the with the likes of a Stephon Diggs before, even in his time in New England when we saw the things that he did with like a Julian Edelman. I know people might think that don't mean much, but it means a lot because he knows how to get the best out of like his number one options.
Yeah, I don't know why he gave up play calling last year. That was absurd, So, but anyway, he's
you know what it was? He didn't want to win.
Was he was tanking last year?
I mean, get as high as you can, right? What did they have
definitely
this year?
Cup over Rome, no doubt, especially in the region.
No, for sure. My thing with Neighbors is that he's floating around at the early beginning of the third round, bro. And so you're drafting him on potential. And so in like I said, this is redraft season. This is where we need for sure points right now, even though he has that potential to go ahead and boom. And a lot of those people, the analysts and people that watch the draft and all that shit had him above Marvin Harrison in some of the rankings, 100%.
He's new Justin Jefferson.
Right. Yeah, he's cut from the same cloth, LSU, WRU
Kind of
type
built the
shit.
same way too.
Exactly. It's just, man, if he'd have landed in a better spot, bro, if he'd have landed it with the Cardinals, bro, he'd be ranked up. And if Marv would have gone to the Giants, then he'd be down a little lower for sure. Landing spot is a big key to this deal. And I know the Giants aren't the best landing spot, obviously, but I think with that being said, I think Neighbors is going to be the value guy, because everyone's going to be chasing Marv. He's going to go real high. Drake London, all these hype train guys. If Ayuk gets paid, then his hype's going to go through the roof. Fucking Neighbors, I think you're going to be able to get him probably in like the fourth, fifth round in some cases. And, if he pushed up into the third, it'd probably be a little too rich for my blood. But to me, the fourth's a good sweet spot for this dude because I think even with Danny Dumbass, I think he's going to catch at least 80, maybe 90 passes. And
on best ball, on underdog pay leagues right now, he's going as a 3.2 right now.
That makes sense because a lot of those are single QB. So, you know what I mean?
That's true.
That's
true. Yeah.
Oh,
damn. 3.2. That's a little too high, bro. Yeah. Even his hype train's going through the roof.
No, I think that's sensible though, because that's we should expect that. And I think like Marvin Harrison, where does he go? JD, like late second,
early second.
Yeah, he's going early second.
Okay,
right
see, that makes sense. That makes sense though. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was just saying he might get on the 1-2 turnaround on the one side even once we get the training camp going. Look at Neighbors. Neighbors gonna jump up. They got the hard knocks on them. Watch this. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's like with the Jets last year because of hard knocks. Everyone was jerking off the Jets. Pause.
It happens. You know what I mean?
Like Calvin Ridley last year. I mean, at least Calvin Ridley hit for a thou wow and had a lot of tugs. I mean, he didn't.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, look. Trevor Lawrence, he is a tall motherfucker.
Yes, he is.
When he throws that bitch, he kind of sails it. Like, what do they say? They say that you're throwing tall.
Yeah.
You're not sailing it so much, but when you're throwing at a Calvin Ridley, how many times did you see him like almost catch a touchdown last year? Calvin Ridley, correct me if I'm wrong, JD, you might got this in your notes. Is Calvin Ridley, did he not lead the receivers in red zone targets last year?
No, give me 2 seconds. I can pull it up.
Yeah, check that out.
Bro, I think Brian Thomas could end up being
but that's what I'm saying is like, even the Gabe Davis is low key because these are big, tall receivers. You know what I mean? Like them fucking overthrown passes right out the outstretched arms or hitting the hands. Like I feel like, you know what I mean? That like I know I'm kind of jumping ahead, but I'm just saying like, you know what I mean? Guys like you want the
and he still
red
got
zone
paid.
target guys. And I can't remember what receiver we were just talking about. Who were we talking about?
Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley. Yeah, like I mean, he was, he had it built up for him correctly. It just didn't transpire like we.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley was third in red zone targets with 25, and he caught 10 of.
I knew he was up there.
Oh my man.
Yeah, that's crazy. So any more thoughts before we get to Calvin Ridley? He'll be on the next slide as well as Brian Thomas. We'll discuss them more then. But any more thoughts on 13 through 24 before we flip the page?
Diggs. I mean, one of my things is with Diggs is.
Where is he at? 15?
20.
20 is.
Yeah, I think he should be at 15.
Oh, all right. Y'all like Diggs. Me and Peacock were lower on him than the consensus. Because Peacock seems to think Tank Dell's gonna.
Well, because one thing he struggled. One thing CJ Stroud struggled with was passes over the middle, and I think it's because personnel wise, he only really had the tight ends going over the middle. Because he had Tank Dell and Nico, even Noah Brown. They were stretching the field. So Diggs is gonna live in the middle of the field. So I think like when it comes to the red zone too, he might be a guy that vultures a lot of touchdowns down there. You know what I mean?
My guy is Dalton. My guy is Dalton in the red zone in that offense. But I feel what you're saying, though, bro. 100%.
Yeah, because he's looking over the middle.
And then my thing is that what CJ Stroud did was compared to what Mahomes did was, and it being his rookie year is that now they know that he could take on whatever they throw at him in this offense. Now you bring in a Mixon and a motherfucking Stephon Diggs, bro. Now you're going to go over 499 attempts, 498, whatever it was. You're going to get a 550. You might get close to 600. And for that offense, that Stephon, we seen what Nico did. We seen what Tank did. Fucking they were supporting a whole lot of weapons over there in fantasy 100%. So yeah, I don't think that it's gonna drop
with efficiency. I might add.
No, 100%, bro, on everything. I think that the Houston offense in general is players that you should be targeting coming into this redraft season. 100%.
Bro, I'm hella mad in round 40. Peacock just picked up John Mechie, bro. I'm kind of mad about that.
Yeah, he said that when we first jumped up in there too.
For sure. Right. Yep. All right. So yeah, we'll take note of that. Yeah, a little higher on Diggs than me, but I mean it's all good. Not gonna agree on everything. Let's flip to 25 to 48. Here they are, y'all. So it starts off with Cooper Kupp, and we'll start with 25 to 36. We got 25, got Cooper Kupp, 26, Amari Cooper, 27, Terry McLaurin, 28, T. Higgins, 29, Zay Flowers, 30, Christian Kirk, 31, Calvin Ridley. There he is, y'all, coming in at 31 in his new home there in Tennessee. 32, Jaden Reed. 33, Jordan Addison. 34, Tank Dell. 35, Lad McConkey. And 36, George Pickens.
Man, okay. I'm going to go in reverse. I just hear my immediate thoughts. I think Pickens, Lad, and Cooper Kupp, I think they belong in the second tier, like the back end.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah, I think Lad.
Pickens? You got Pickens? Wow.
Yeah, because I mean Pickens can
catch. Bro.
I think Pickens can come in as a if he can get like 8 to 12 touchdowns, which I think is possible with Russ, because Russ is he's a touchdown maker, especially when it comes to the X receiver.
Yeah, they ain't got much else.
Exactly, and I'm pretty sure JD will elaborate more because he's kind of the one that brought me around to George Pickens. Matter of fact, I didn't come around to George Pickens until after I traded him to JD. Even I was like, damn, now I don't have him. You know what I mean? But and then my Lad McConkey take is I think he can catch like close to 100 balls, man. I'm crazy, man.
Oh, yeah, I'm all in on the Scottish lad. He's the rookie receiver that I'm really targeting. Yeah, exactly, man. Herbert's already praising him, saying he's learning the offense and all that. Like, yeah, I think the Scottish lad, his hype train's going to take off, you know. I think he's going to be a guy you'll have to pull him. I got him in the 7th round of mock draft Monday. So I was glad about that.
And Cooper Kupp, if we get Cooper Kupp healthy the whole year, bro, he might finish in the top 12. We might have two Rams receivers in the top 12. Like
it's a wrap, bro. And my thing is with the 25 through 36, bro. You know, I'm definitely on the Cooper Kupp hype train right now too, though. But Christian Kirk and Jaden Reed are my guys out of everybody else on this list. Christian Kirk by far is the 1A. Or the 1B to fucking the tight end. What's my boy's name?
Evan Ingram.
100%, bro. Yeah. I can bring up the prior stats, but going into last year, he was top 3 in every receiving category on that team, and he missed 4 games. 100%, bro. And then prior to that, I mean, when that injury happened, we seen what Calvin really did at the end of the season as well, too. 100%. So it was a coincidence that Calvin really he got the balling out and my boy Christian, but also my boy Jaden Reed too though. 100%. He come in top 3 or top 5 at the position in touchdown scored, leading the team top 3 in every receiving category, 100% on the team as a rookie coming in. Growing chemistry, like how we talked about second year. Who was just talking about the second year in the first tier? Fuck it, I forgot. Second year going with him with the Peacock. 100%, bro. Man, I'm telling you, Jaden Reed is one of the guys that I have that's going to break out this year, 100%, bro.
And you know what's crazy is like I always viewed Reed as like a gadget guy, but it's like, I mean, it's kind of false because he's not really the poor man's Debo that I thought he was. His rush attempts, I think, what did he have like last year? 11. It wasn't even nothing that crazy. So they just move him around the formation and use him in different ways. So he's not quite gadget. It's just that like they like to get the ball in his hands.
He only had 11 carries last year for 119 yards.
But in my mind, I feel like he's like this like smaller Debo, right? He's he's actually more of a traditional receiver. And like when I look at guys like Christian Watson and Dobbs, they're going to play the outsides predominantly.
Yeah.
And like you have a guy like Dobbs where there's all this Wicks hype where like Wicks could actually essentially hurt my Dobbs. And Jaden Reed is going to be the guy who's unaffected. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jaden Reed's got his role carved out, bro. Like I got him in a keeper league. You know, he keeps 6 players. My 6 keepers in that joint are and it's a single QB. It's fucking CD, Puka, Laporta, Jaden Reed, the King Henry, and Brees.
And see, Jaden Reed is second in targets behind
12-team league.
That's not fair, Spencer.
Hey man, I've been wheeling and dealing in that joint. I've yet to win that league, man. I took some licks. I got a high pick. I took Brees with the first overall. I made a trade for CD. I had to rebuild that shit because my startup draft in that league was pretty ass.
Yeah,
but we've been grinding.
What were you saying, JD?
Yeah, go ahead, JD.
Oh no, it was just that Dobbs led the team in targets with 96, and fucking my boy Jaden Reed was second in 94, but Jaden Reed led the team in receiving yards and touchdowns, bro. 100%.
Yeah, I think Jaden Reed will lead it in targets this year. I think he's the guy. Christian Watson, I also think bounces back. That's why I'm not that high on Romeo Dobbs. But we brought him up earlier, y'all. Calvin Ridley. What are your thoughts on Ridley with the Titans? I think he could do pretty well. Brian Callahan, I think, is a good fit at OC. What are y'all thoughts on Calvin Ridley's new digs? Do y'all see? Yeah, he's the head coach, and I think he'll be calling the plays. So, what are y'all thoughts on that?
They got Brian. It's also his pappy that's over there. They brought over his pappy, Bill Callahan, and anywhere Bill is one of the more renowned line coaches in the game. If you just look up where he's been, everywhere he's been, whether it's Cincinnati or the Browns before that, or even the Redskins or the Cowboys, he's part of all those top 5 offensive lines when it comes to run blocking and pass pro. They're usually in both metrics top 5 whenever he's around. So that's gonna help everything.
Damn, Emil says he's avoiding it. I don't know, but I think the Titans offense presents a lot of value. Because I think Callahan's gonna jumpstart that.
I'm gonna give you some stats. So last year, when he was in Cincinnati last year, you had 135 targets go to all 3 running backs. Then it was 622, I think, pass attempts, period. And you got to remember, Jake Browning played the last 6 games of the season. So you think now you going over to where you at? You got a young quarterback. You just brought in Tony Pollard. You got
he made Jake Browning look really good.
Hey, bro, he's going to go ahead. And then you bring in Calvin Ridley, bro. You got Hopkins was
Hopkins too, yeah.
Wide receiver.
Tyler Boyd,
bro, they're passing the ball, bro. 100%, bro. They're going to be fantasy relevant this year, bro.
And they brought
I think so, because Will Levis, I mean, yeah, he's going to throw a lot of picks, I bet, but he can sling that thing, bro. Will Levis is a cannon arm.
He got mayonnaise on his hand.
Right? Yeah, eating the banana mayonnaise shit. Yeah, that was fucking wild. But yeah, that motherfucker's he can sling it. He's not gonna be a great real life QB, I don't think, but I think for fantasy, he's gonna get the job done. I think he's gonna push Ridley up over 1,000. And I think Ridley's gonna be one of those value guys because I feel like people are gonna once T. Higgins and all these Terry, like they're gonna go in like the 4th, 5th round. And I think Calvin Ridley is a guy you might be able to sneak him in like the 6th or something. And bro, I think Calvin Ridley, that's like Jaden Reed, bro. I really like Calvin Ridley and Jaden Reed as value guys. As far as guys that could potentially give you for sure WR3, maybe even WR1 production, and you're getting them here as mid-tier WR3s because the position's so damn deep.
No, I agree with you, bro, 100%, especially with like how you guys led off with Brian Callahan coming in here and what they did last year in the Cincinnati offense. So it shows you that he's coming in and he's telling that the ownership that what he can do with Will Levis coming from Cincinnati and how he has that offense with the running backs and the wide receivers that he had in Cincinnati. We're not saying that Will Levis is Joe Burrow, but yet coming up under this tutelage that he has from Brian Callahan,
yeah.
From what he just had in a defensive-minded coach, the boy, I can't think of his name, from Cincinnati. New England.
He's the offensive minded guy. Zach Taylor.
I know Brian Callahan's a offensive minded guy, but coming from what Will Levis just had last year.
Oh yeah, with Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel. I couldn't think of Vrabel's name. That's my thing. He has an offensive minded coach with them investing in Tony Pollard and fucking
Calvin Ridley,
bro, on what they already have. Yes, sir. It's time to go. So don't stray away from taking any of the Tennessee Titan players right now, my guys. 100%. Don't do it, bro, because
they're coming after value here.
The writing is on the wall that the volume is going to be there for the main players in that offense. 100%, bro.
I like it.
Hell yeah. Let's move on to the last 12 here, 37 through 48 before we get up out of here. Deontay Johnson starts it off there at 37. That's another offense that we hope gets better there in Carolina. Hell yeah, man. Deontay, man. And Chris Godwin at 38. Christian Watson, 39. Roma Dunze at 40. Jamison Williams, 41. Hollywood Brown, 42. Crazy to think there's no Chiefs receivers ranked until 42. That is wild, y'all. Cortland Sutton, 43. Jackson Smith and Jig, JS in there at 44. Keon Coleman, another crazy fact, no Bills receiver ranked up until this year. Keon Coleman at 45, the first Bills receiver. Then DeAndre Hopkins, 46, as aforementioned Titan. Then Brian Thomas, I mentioned him earlier, at 47. And Rashee Rice at 48. Didn't know really where to put him, so I was like, I figured I'd put him in just so we could talk about him. But, I mean, he might get a big old suspension.
Let's start there. If there is no suspension, where would you put him?
Oh, I'd put him I'd put him close to top 12, bro. I'd put him right around the range where I had Nico Pittman, like in that 12, 13, 14 range. Like, yeah.
Okay. I'm with you.
But I think he's going to get at least 8 games. So, I mean, that's over half the fantasy season. So
the regular season, even.
Exactly. I mean, and that's what we care about with these fantasy rankings. So I think Rice gets a big old suspension. But I remember the Tyreek Hill shit. The NFL, and in Kamara didn't get that much. The NFL is actually pretty lax with the suspensions, it seems like. But Rashee Rice's shit was so bad to where I would think he gets at least 8. But what say y'all on that? Y'all think he's too low on this thing? Y'all think he's going to get off easy? Or?
Well, no, I don't think he's going to get off easy just based on what we've seen the year prior or 2 years prior with the shit happened in Vegas. 100%. They're not playing with that shit.
Yeah, that's true. And then you have Deshaun Watson. I mean, he got 11. So, I mean, there are certain cases. Yeah, there are certain cases where the league will crack down. And I think this is a case where they do, because Rashee Rice, man, he got into some bad stuff.
And the thing is too, though, even though the shit that happened at the nightclub, that's already been disabled and whatnot. They not worried about that shit. But this shit with that car shit though, bro,
that was bad.
No, 100%, bro, on everything. But I wouldn't have if he was playing all 16 games, I couldn't have him at the top tier of the wide receiver 2s just based.
All right.
With Hollywood too, though, over there, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I forgot about Hollywood. You're right.
Yeah, maybe I'd put him more like a 18th, like mid-tier WR2.
But on what your defense was of having him up there as well and having that chemistry with Magic Mahomes is that he was the third most or maybe the second most targeted behind Puka Nacua as the rookie wide receiver, bro. So he went over. I think he went over 100 targets. I want to say it was at 94 exactly, but I want to say he went over 100. I can pull it up here in a second, but you know what I mean? Rashee, he's going to get that. And he showed what he can do coming on at the end of the season too, because in that playoff game against Miami, he showed, bro, 100% all the way. But you know what I mean? Going into the fucking bowl and all that shit, I said that it was gonna be MVS that killed us. But Rashee Rice, he earns a spot.
You weren't far off because you know who it was. It was fucking Miko.
Yeah. Well, Miko did his thing. No, 100%. No,
And imagine how happy he was when he was rotting away at the Jets, and then they're like, "We're trading back for you."
well, they said they about to cut me code too, though. But MVS
okay.
doing this
So they got
motherfucking
something out of it,
bro, on everything. MVS, oh man, that shit. MVS had a nice playoff run too, but just to get back to it, with them not making no investments into the wide receiver core, but Hollywood and what they got Phony Tony coming back. They say he been out there running routes and doing weird shit.
He ain't doing shit.
And
he ain't doing shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh shit! I'm about to draft his ass.
No.
I'm gonna do it. Round 40.
No. All right. Round 40. I'll let you slide.
Wasn't around him getting suspended, he would be up there. I'm just not comfortable of putting him at the top tier of the back end. I mean, of the wide.
Where's Romeo Dobbs?
He didn't make the cut.
Ah!
I'm higher on Christian Watson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Watson's gonna bounce back. And they're talking Kidda and Emil say about Chris Godwin feasting. Yeah, full-time slot.
I think Chris Godwin should
stay on the field. When he on the field, he scores.
He has Godwin winning his name,
but he just don't be on the fucking field though, bro.
Who we talking about?
Christian Watson.
Oh
yeah, Christian Watson. Yeah,
he scores.
Well, they found out with him his hamstrings were something with his hamstring were injured. Like Bogard knows this, I believe. What was the fact about his hamstrings?
He ran with his legs asymmetrical.
Yeah, one of them was stronger than the other, I think.
What, they said he was bow-legged or something?
I don't know. That's kind of like one of my balls. I'm pretty sure one of my balls cranks out a lot more than the other one. Right? So there's something to that. You know what I mean?
Oh, every day.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? He kept getting a hamstring on the other one, probably. So
yeah, the one leg was weaker, I think.
The one gimpy leg. He's 6'5", man.
Yeah, then they did like the sports science shit. And they diagnosed
pounds and one side is 2 pounds.
I guess you could say that. Yeah, I mean,
something like that.
But that's what they said.
Pause.
They got him to the fucking when they put you up to the little, the meters and shit, the little wire things, and they let him run. And then he was like, they were like, yeah, according to the way you run, you run asymmetrical. And I would imagine, because when I had to look this up, what is asymmetrical? It's not quite symmetrical. You know what I mean?
He ran at an angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Just imagine if he gets that corrected, man, and he stays healthy, but he might hit for 12, 15 touchdowns.
He might just run. Hey, look they got to
be like Mike Evans or something, bro.
If he's leaning to the left, get him on the right side, get him on a deep crosser. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can't line him up on the left, bro. If he's leaning to the left, bro,
he going out of bounds.
He's gonna run right out of bounds.
Oh, every day.
Yeah. All right, the offense I want to touch on. We missed them on the other slide. I messed up. I didn't discuss them. The Bears, y'all, with DJ Moore and Keaton Allen, and I got Roma Dunze at 40. What are y'all's thoughts on that? Y'all think Caleb Williams can support that many fantasy relevant receivers, or is the hype there too much?
I would stay away from all three of them.
All right.
Half, I wouldn't draft none of them in the first half, but I would try and trade because I think as the season goes on and as he gets comfortable into the league and all that, one of them might have one of them potentials to go ahead and carry you into the playoffs. But you got to pay attention to what the targets and the receptions is looking like and what the target rate is. You know what I mean? So if y'all don't know what player profile is, go to player profile. That way you can start seeing what the target share is and the target rate is. That way you can start identifying who Caleb Williams is starting to go to. Brandon's starting to favor. You know what I mean? So
they have they practice and camp stats.
Yeah. So look at this. I don't have practice and camp stats, but I definitely read every blurb I could find. And then shout out to the Bears, Brews, and the Bros because they always keep me tapped into all things Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
And one of the things they sent me, shout out to Fornicator. It was a goddamn, it was a camp report, but it was the breakdown of how because you got Shane Waldron coming over, And I don't want to do the low hanging fruit and compare him to JSN's rookie year, but they are going to.
Oh, I see. Yeah, player profiler.
But they are going to run a ton of 3 wide receivers.
I go to one of my stat sites.
Yeah, they're gonna run a ton of 3 wide receiver sets. But outside of 3 wides, what's that? Is that 21 personnel? Help me out here.
I think so.
But you also got to remember
22.
You got Cole Kmet, and you signed Gerald Everett as well, though.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that, JD.
Cole Kmet.
They run a shitload of 12 personnel in that offense, and in camp when they went 12 personnel, Roma Dunze wasn't on the field. It was Keenan Allen and DJ Moore. And see, I think that will switch eventually when we get towards week 6, week 8. You'll see that switch, and they'll start to conserve the Keenan Allen and use Odunze more. And on the flip side, the one thing that you can add to the Odunze repertoire is that they are vocal about making him the return guy too.
Yeah, I think I might have to drop a Dunze, man. I'll probably move up Hollywood over him. Yeah, Dunze.
But who's to say though, bro? Like, that he won't be a second half darling. That's why I'm saying.
Right? Yeah. Don't completely avoid him, but don't reach.
So that was my thing. That's why I said I would avoid drafting them. But come later in the season, that's somebody that I'm targeting to go ahead and trade for 100%. If you're starting to pay attention to what the targets and the fucking receptions is looking at in the target share and the target rate, bro, 100%. Because if you start looking at that target rate and that target share, then it's going to start telling you what's going on, who he's starting to favor, 100%.
Is he going for 4th hour?
Now that because
he might.
Can we see history?
So they might want to push for it just because they never had it in their fucking
and get it in their rookie year.
Huh?
Yeah, if he plays all 17, I think he might get 4th hour because they're gonna sling it, bro.
I think he plays all 17, bro. I think that what they got going over there and what they invested, especially with them taking a Doomsday at 9, that means that they're all in on development instead of going maybe defensive on a defensive route or maybe on the offensive line route, 100%, or maybe even taking one of the running. I don't know, bro.
Well, you know what? It's kind of similar to how the approach was with when they had to get a Jamar Chase or a fucking Penei Sewell. Remember that? They're like, you know what? Let's go get the weapon.
No, 100%. So that exactly facts, bro. It shows that they're all in.
You want to immediately put around your young face of the franchise, right?
Yep.
And Odunze, he was that guy for Washington, right?
Yeah, he was a beast,
who else was there?
Jalen Polk.
Yep.
Yeah, but he had a third. Yeah, Javon. No, not Javon Baker. Yeah, let me see the other guy. Did he return to Washington?
Was he in the draft too? I think all 3 of them were in this.
They were all in the draft. I know Polk and
where's Tino at? Tino, put it in the chat.
Yeah, Tino will know. Yeah, and I meant to bring up Tino's point. I mean, Evans and Godwin are a great duo, but as far as top 3 duos, bro, I would say, Higgins, Chase, Waddle, Hill, and then Puka Cup. To me, Puka Cup is. I think Puka and
Cup is by far the best duo to have.
Oh, Jalen McMillan, that was the one. Jalen McMillan.
Okay,
he went to the Tampa Bay.
Yeah, that's right.
Went to the Bucs.
And he only had the off the field joints, or otherwise he would have been up there, right?
So him and Trey Palmer fighting for that number 3 spot.
Yeah, Palmer is a field stretcher, and at best, bro.
Man, Tino saying Cup is washed. Woo,
no,
that's a hot take.
Yeah, no, about that, bro.
No.
Yeah, I mean, he's healthy, bro. He still eats. Like,
come on, bro. And I'm liable to have a Puka and a Cup in a redraft. I'm not tripping, bro.
You could. I mean, you get Puka in the late 1st and then Cup in the 5th, maybe.
Let's fucking go.
I mean, Cup might slip. You never know. Like, I was trying to he went in the 4th, though, on Mock Draft Monday. People aren't sleeping on Cup.
Cooper Cup is somebody that I'm definitely targeting, bro. Outside the 4th round, bro, going in that 5th.
What you could do, bro, is like, I mean, if you want to pull Cup up high, you could take, if you have the back end, you could take Puka at the 112 and then Cup at like the 312, 4-1. But I don't know if I'd want to pull him up quite that high. But if you're really determined to get them both.
Puka, do people chase it like that? Is he going at the back of the first?
Oh yeah, 100%, bro. I could pull up the mock draft
I'm
Monday
talking
board right
QB
now.
because I don't play.
Yeah, this is single
QB.
QB. Mock draft Monday was single QB. Oh, all right. Yeah. We'll do a super. We'll do a super flex one soon for mock draft Monday. But yeah.
So in single QB, Puka is going as a 10th overall player in.
Yeah. Puka went 9th.
I want the back of every first round.
Puka went 9th overall, and Cooper Kupp went a 5-5, the 5th pick of the 5th round.
And so, and y'all know how I get down in the ALB. You know, we travel and do the draft, so this shit is serious. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's quarterback. And single.
Hey, you can't be a felon this year. Leaving the fucking country.
Oh, it's not going down. It's not going down.
Oh, you're not going out of the country this year?
No, it's going down.
Yeah.
See, not a felony. You ain't getting your ass over there.
Yeah, this is the type of joint motherfuckers got to keep a clean record just to even compete in this league.
No, 100%. And my thing is like, bruh, if Puka is going at the 10th overall and he finished with 7 targets more than him. And no, I want to say 10 more targets and 5 more receptions when fucking Kupp came back. Yeah. Kupp is the better value in that offense than where Puka is going as a 10th overall player in a single QB league, bro. Like I said, I'm more comfortable taking Garrett Wilson over Puka 100%, bro. Because
I do want to say one thing.
Or I could go running back.
I want to point out that Zach Robinson, I know it might not seem like nothing him leaving because it is Sean McVay still there, but Zach Robinson was the pass game coordinator. So, you know what I mean? And I think people are they want London to be such a thing so bad, go back to our London conversation. But Zach Robinson should help that. I wonder if his absence hurts it because whenever it's Sean McVay, and if it's up to him, they're going to enforce the run a lot. And now they have 2 running backs that are viable, right? Right. So I wonder if there's anything like that that'll hurt it. But, man, they tend to throw 35 times a game.
And that was my thing because both of them had a target share over 25%. And you got to remember that Cooper Kupp, he didn't.
And there really is no tight end.
No, he might have had a 23-point-something target share. Cooper Kupp had 23, but Puka had a 29-point-something. So, but they both were floating over that threshold. Well, Puka.
Yeah, if we can get them both over 25 or 27, 26 each, I'm with it. I'll have both of them.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Yep. All right. Our last thing before we go, I want to address is Keon Coleman stepping into a prominent role in this Bills offense. Joe Brady, the new OC. Y'all think Keon Coleman could really bust out and be a guy in redraft, or do y'all see him more as just a project and that it's going to be a low pass volume and that he's just not really going to hit for what some are thinking?
They throw a decent clip over there.
I mean, it is Josh Allen, so I definitely think there's hope for him.
I will say I could say they even throw more because Joe Brady's his offense is a lot of death by 1,000 paper cuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of boom, 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 quick, short passes.
That will add to the pass attempts.
Yeah, Curtis Samuel, Khalil Shakir, shit. They're gonna rack
James
up
Cook is the guy I'm highlighting.
And that Ray Davis, that rookie can catch passes. The rookie running back.
When we're talking about the vacated targets, we're talking about when it comes to
Stephon
Davis and Stephon Diggs gone. We're talking about 200 plus vacated targets.
Everything, facts.
Yeah. So just by proxy alone, this guy could be startable. And as long as your perception on the kid isn't he's gonna be this massive contributor to my fantasy team, he's more like a flex.
Right, yeah, get him in the 8th, 9th round. Where'd he go on mock draft Monday? Let me see. But go ahead, JD.
And where you got him at right now, he's at the back end of your bench. So he's going to be one of those players that you hope break out after week 6, week 7.
Yeah, he went in the 9th round. The guy also took Brian Thomas in the 8th.
There it is, there, bro. Them is one of them receivers that you hope start to break out after the back end of the first or going into the second half of the season. 100%, bro. So where you got him at, that's a fucking steal that you hope that he just go ahead and start going crazy, bro. Oh man.
Yep, and the one that went right before Keon there, the 9-1 D Hop, bro, DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, so I would definitely have DeAndre Hopkins over him just based on that DeAndre finished as the wide receiver 24 as PPR
last year, you're right.
Thing. So with going into with how we just talked about Brian Callahan having Calvin Ridley over there, I think that fucking DeAndre Hopkins definitely finishes somewhere where he finished last year, and he go ahead and outproduces his ADP where he's going right now 100%, because you got somebody on the opposite side of him. You bring in an offensive-minded coach. He performed last year for sure, bro. He still got gas in the tank. So give me DeAndre Hopkins a little bit higher than, just a little bit higher than what you got in right now, especially over Coleman, JSN, Sutton, maybe not Hollywood. Jameson, I don't know. He's going to have to do a lot on a little. You know what I mean? Because he's
I might have to move Jameson down a little bit. He's probably not getting enough volume.
I gotta look up where Detroit was on total plays ran on offense, because I feel like they're up there. You know
the thing with Jameson, he's so explosive. I feel like he could do a lot with a little. He really could, bro.
But we do. But JD's right though. We shouldn't bank on him getting more than a little though. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I mean, it's intriguing though, because I mean, remember at Alabama, this kid was a fucking Heisman candidate. He was a beast, man.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
sure.
and he definitely, to close the year out and throughout the playoffs, even in the NFC Championship, going yay yo.
Yeah,
that's
but
what I'm saying.
He only had 5 touches in the NFC Championship.
Yeah, but 2 of them for tugs. So you're right.
100%. But we can't rely on
much.
big play. 100%, bro. Yeah. And that's my only thing with
yeah, he's a great filler. Like you know what I mean? Like I
good bench play. Yeah. I don't really want him in your flex.
Team pass plays 35.7 per game last year. Pace of play 2.10, which was 18th in the league. And
they run like shit over there. So
605.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably drop Jameson.
Which was
I'm
second in the league.
That's exactly why we do this shit, though, because I mean, it's like there's certain
things. Take Romeo Doubs over him.
Where is Adonai Mitchell? Adonai Mitchell didn't quite make the cut. Honestly, I prefer Josh Downs over Adonai Mitchell.
Josh Downs was a PPR monster last year. Only thing is that he was just really connected to Minshew Mania.
Right, yeah. We'll see how training camp goes. If AD Mitchell has a lot of good connections with Richardson, I might move him into this top 40. But as of now, I don't think he's going to get enough volume.
Go ahead.
Oh, my bad, bro. Only thing with AD Mitchell thing is just you got to think that they got Alec Pierce there, but now you're bringing AD Mitchell in the third. It's telling you that they want more competition at that outs or just that third wide receiver outside of
and Alec Pierce.
So they want some more. You know what I mean? So AD Mitchell, he got a chance to carve out a role in this offense, especially if he could beat out Alec Pierce 100%.
Yeah, and Alec Pierce. The thing with him is like you got to look at his snap count. He was always on the field because he could block. Because when you look at his snap count and then look at his routes run per drop back, you'll see the massive he's out there blocking. So I don't think it's much competition when it comes to those packages where you're definitely throwing the rock. Like I think Mitchell could slot right in as like the essential 1B because like. They're praising his athleticism. He's an outside guy. He's not a slot guy. You know what I mean? So I think like it's really going to be Josh Downs, in my opinion, who might be hurt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why I don't have Josh Downs either in this top 48. I mean, it's just I think the only thing you can really trust over there passing receiver wise is Pittman.
I will say though, in that system, they don't throw to the running back as much. So. That kind of does hurt Taylor, but like, it's a real thing.
It showed Shane Steichen's that last season in Philly. It wasn't no motherfucking.
They don't go to the main guy at least. How about that?
No,
Yeah,
no.
remember Miles Sanders?
Miles Sanders only had like 44 targets that whole season.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 30-some receptions on everything.
Good efficiency though, but yeah, the targets aren't there.
Yeah, shit was bullshit.
And they're not routes run either. They're like dump offs. They're like safety valve type shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, mama, 100%. But with the ability of Anthony Richardson, what he presents, and a healthy JT, you really don't need JT to get off in the PPR game, because when he was finished as the overall RB1-2, he really didn't kill in the PPR game. He just hit for like 1,500 yards and
like fucking 15 tugs or something like that.
It was something ridiculous.
It was something crazy. Yeah.
No facts.
Hell yeah. Shout out to everybody in the chat. And yeah, he's saying he could be a big slot. Oh, Downs to be in the slot. Yeah.
Take over Josh Downs' role too.
Yeah, shoot. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not trusting anything over there. But
I will say
outside of Richardson, bro, we know if Richardson's healthy, he's gonna go off.
I like Pittman, bro. I like Pittman.
Yeah, Pittman too. Yeah. I'm good with Pittman.
Because think about this too, is like, as much as we love Jalen Hurts in fantasy, it's predicated on a lot of the rushing and the rushing tugs. So if you like Anthony Richardson, the reason I'm comparing the two is because, if you don't know, it's Shane Steichen who was the true architect. You know what I mean, for Jalen Hurts, and now he's got Anthony Richardson. And now look at this. How many has Jalen Hurts ever thrown over? How many touchdowns has Jalen Hurts ever thrown in a year?
25,
right? Something like that, right?
He just went like 25 and 22 last year. I think it was a TD.
Yeah, because he's gonna run a bunch of them in. But I'm just saying, like, so I am gonna temper my expectations on the passing game options for Anthony Richardson. Period. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just one debate.
I like Pittman,
just one debate on that though. Just before Anthony Richardson got hurt, him and Pittman was going crazy for like.
Yeah, he had a 30% target market share, 40 even.
He was going crazy, bro.
It was something like 40 even in some of those games when you look at the specific games.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm with you with the Michael Pittman, and people kind of hate him, so he goes late. And every time now I got to remind myself, if I'm in a redraft and Michael Pittman and he might be my third receiver, I should consider him. And then if I start to falter again, just remind myself that he came from
Ohio State, bro. Yeah, that's the pipeline.
Hey,
I got fucking him and Marv Jr. on mock draft Monday. They were my top 2 receivers. So
let's go.
I was fucking with it. But anyway, I think that'll do it for our receiver rankings. Any final thoughts before we slide on out of here?
Romeo Dobbs needs to be in there, bro.
That's all right. I know he's your guy. Fuck, I'll take Cortland Sutton out. Fuck Cortland Sutton. Fuck the Broncos. Fuck the Broncos. Fuck Sean Payton. They're trash.
hey,
I think it hurts Cortland Sutton. The style of game.
Yeah, Troy Franklin, bro. Troy Franklin might end up
with the shorter passing game.
Right. Yeah.
Hurt him.
My thing, bro, is this is redraft season. This is when they count the most. This is when the most shit talking the most. Even though we in dynasty leagues with each other, you know what I mean. But
this is the most.
This is the most. So look, bro, value counts. You know what I mean. We here to give y'all our perspective and give y'all the homework that we do. But yet, look, bro, you got to go get that value 100%. So one of my main things is I like to dig deep. Pause into some of these later round players and try and spot the trends and shit like that, bro. And that's what builds your team, bro. 100%. It's redraft season, man. We trying to take home the belt like how Tino got the belt on his motherfucking profile pic. 100%. Hey,
yeah.
This is when the shit talking season starts, bro. 100%. So look. This is what we doing, bringing our opinions, bouncing ideas off each other. You know what I mean? There it is there, bro, 100%. You know what I mean? We trying to get everybody, we going to war against each other too, bro. So, yeah, let's turn up, bro, 100%, man. Crema time here, man. Shout out to Pop.
Let's go.
Yeah, and Bogey, let them know about the GWN, man.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? The GWN, Gen Wealth Net, it exists. You know what I'm saying? We were going to launch it today, but you know what I'm saying? We ran into a little technical difficulties when it comes to going live. I had to put a 24-hour notice. I forgot about that. So we'll be hitting you I think this Saturday. And
Yeah,
check this out,
after
JD. I figured
OJ,
we might
after
go live
OJ, and
right after,
yeah.
after our show.
When we get off camera, I got we can whoop
Okay,
it all the way through.
Let's do that.
All the way through. So 5 hours, whatever whatever the
Yeah,
we can talk about
bing,
that.
bing, bang. Yeah, because you on it with us. So you're
Yeah, we could do like a halftime break and then run the GWN joint
all the way through, bro. On everything.
There you go. Yeah, because man, and I will say as part of my outs, check out all the new projects. Bogart Scott Free, wherever you consume your music. The EP is called OMW. The album's called Bruce Wayne. Check it out. You know what I'm saying? And also check me out on the OJ and a blunt for breakfast.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Saturday morning,
JD,
y'all.
take it away, JD.
Hey, look, like how Big Brad just said, man, orange juice and a blunt for breakfast, nigga. Saturday mornings, 7 in the morning. I mean, Saturday morning, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 a.m. on the East. 100%. We break down a whole bunch of whatever's going on in the culture and what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? Catch me up once P Dub fire back up, playmakers. You know what I mean? Catch me there every day, whenever it's cracking off. Catch me.
We bringing it back. I think we're targeting next week now.
Bro, it's finna be lit, bro. You just
we going in, bro.
On everything. Guru Nation, you go catch me on there. He got his own shit talking show coming up.
Yeah, Mock Draft Monday. I'm gonna have to have y'all boys on soon.
Come
yeah.
on.
Oh yeah, let's go.
My humble opinion.
Yeah, in my humble opinion, that'll be a new show on GWN. So yeah.
All you got to do is just let me know when to pull up. I'm going, you know what I mean? There
yeah, we'll get all the scheduling figured out. But yeah.
Man, it's a whole bunch of shit going on.
Exactly.
And,
yeah,
JD,
let
them know. Let them know where they can find that show though. Too. I'm talking about the OJ joint.
Oh man, that's the Heart to Start podcast, man. Heart to Start Fantasy podcast, man.
It's booming.
It's booming right now.
Let's go.
We trying to run it up. The boulder, like how Spencer let off the show with the boulder that we pushing up and pushing up the hill 100%, bro. You see us all, man, y'all know what it is, man. We cooking, bro.
pushing that thing up. But yeah, let's put a ball on this one, fellas. Appreciate everyone that tuned in. Appreciate Bogey, JD, Peacock. Yes, sir. We'll be back very soon with more content on the Guru Nation channel. That's the Guru here signing off, y'all. Peace out.
Let's go.